PIKO. PIKO or buwan-buwan is a local equivalent of hopscotch, a playground game involving a diagram divided into sections, drawn on the ground with usually chalk or charcoal. Players hop from section to section, and the game is for 2 to 8 players. The first player is determined as follows. The players stand on the corners of the playground, and each one throws his or her stone. Whoever succeeds in putting the pamato at the intersection of the diagonals has the first play. The next nearest is the second, and so on. The players, before starting the game, choose their own moon. The first hopper will begin in her moon. She throws her pamato in her moon and then hops inside and kicks the pamato out of the moon. Then she throws it again in 2, then in 5 and 6. She hops in and kicks it out after each throw. In hopping, she hops on either left or right foot but lands on both feet when she reaches 3 and 4 and hops again on 5 and 6. Every player plays the game twice. The first time he begins in his moon and the second time in his opponent's moon. When he is through back and forth, then the second part is started. Care must be taken in throwing the pamato into their exact places, in hopping and in kicking it out. The pamato and the player's foot must not touch any of the lines. Should the pamato or the player's foot touch the line, he stops and the other player will have his turn. If the second player fails or make a mistake, then player number 1 will resume the game. The second part of the game is exactly the same as part 1, but instead of hopping, the player walks with his eyes looking towards the sky. After throwing the pamato, he steps in without looking at the ground to take the pamato. At every step, he asks, "Have I stepped on the line?" Should he step on the line, the other player will have his turn. The game goes on as in part 1. The player who finishes parts 1 and 2 are the winners. Penalty. The winner pats the loser's hand rather than heavily from 10 to 30 times according to the agreement. This is called bantilan or patting. Another kind of penalty is the following. The winner blindfolds the loser and takes him to different places. The loser takes a stick or his pamato with him. He drops it at the command of the winner. He is then moved about many places in order to be confused before he is released to look for the stick or pamato. This is called hanapan or to look for something.